if I have to think of cultural conventions, and if I wanted to look for uniformity, something that is always the same from whatever side you look at, I would take a sphere. Probably it was the Black Death in Star Wars.
Yeah.
Probably it was for that. But yeah, it could also be. Yeah. We must study it. We can create a group of study on the boards, cubes, but
Well, as a huge Next Generation fan, I think what you said about it being different than everybody else, like this is the enemy, you know, they don't look like us, they're not round, they don't look like the enemy, they're not pointy, they're something totally different. And
yeah.
And confounding.
And something, well, yeah, and also the board just takes other species and brings them into the collective, so it can be they can have a Klingon board, they can have a human board, they can have a Romulan board, whatever. And so it's everything put together in one box.
Another hypothesis is also cultural, but it would I guess that it would mainly work for English, because when you talk about squared people, you talk about people in a negative sense. So it might also be that there is this issue of the squared personality, because clearly the Borgs are at the surface level always represented as being unable to solve a problem if they are not linked to all the other people. So it might be also that, but now we really need a group of study to come up with an answer.
Yeah, almost theory question. Some years ago, I remember I was speaking at the University of Rome, where we attend with a collaborator of the chair of semiotics, probably you. And I remember there was this, we started this interesting debate about the birth of semiotics as a science. And this person stated that it was born also in opposition to psychoanalysis and psychology. Do you agree or not with this?
Well, probably if we think of the American side of semiotics, especially the one that gave the name semiotics,
yeah.
I would completely agree, because that was something that Charles Sanders Peirce would have never accepted, even though through his idea of abduction of inferences was actually a cognitivist antiliterum, but not a psychoanalyst. On the other side, the semiology by Ferdinand de Saussure, when it arrived here, was completely neglected, because the behaviorist approach here was on the line of no, you cannot say concepts, mental images, it doesn't make sense at all. You have to observe things. So I would say that, but still they were not.
On the concept of systems of connotations, and both semiotics and psychoanalysis. So how can you really discriminate both?
Very often you cannot, definitely.
I have cookies, and you're welcome to have cookies and stick around and ask some more questions and continue the conversation. But let's say thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Excuse me.